Deep within the Adventure Time fandom exists a disturbing rumor about an unaired continuation of the Farmworld alternate universe arc. According to the theory, Pendleton Ward and his team created a follow-up episode that was shown only once at a private test screening before being permanently shelved. In this alleged episode, Farmworld Finn's mental state deteriorates rapidly after prolonged exposure to the Crown's influence. He begins to experience severe hallucinations, unable to distinguish between reality and his increasingly disturbed imagination. The episode supposedly takes a meta-turn when Finn starts to delete other characters from his world, not by killing them, but by erasing them from existence and his own memory. What makes this theory particularly chilling is the described ending. Farmworld Finn allegedly turns directly to face the camera, breaking the fourth wall. With an unnervingly calm expression, he whispers the words, "You're next." The screen then cuts to black. Test viewers reportedly experienced extreme discomfort, with some claiming to have nightmares featuring Farmworld Finn for weeks afterward. Network executives supposedly ordered all copies destroyed, though rumors persist that a single file remains hidden somewhere in the Cartoon Network archives. Former storyboard artist Jesse Moynihan allegedly referenced this lost episode in a now-deleted tweet. Some stories are better left untold. The loop wasn't meant for viewers' eyes. This supposedly banned episode of regular show revolves around Mordecai and Rigby discovering an ancient television set while cleaning the park house attic. After plugging it in, they find it only receives a mysterious unmarked channel, Channel 666. What begins as static gradually forms into clear images of themselves. To their horror, the channel shows Mordecai and Rigby dying in increasingly disturbing ways, crushed by a falling tree, drowning in the park fountain, being consumed by a park monster, and other gruesome scenarios. Each death scene is allegedly animated in a noticeably different style from the show's usual aesthetic, with more realistic blood and agonized expressions. As the episode progresses, Mordecai and Rigby desperately try to turn off or destroy the television, but it continues playing even when unplugged. The most disturbing aspect comes when they realize each death scenario corresponds to a near-death experience they previously survived in earlier episodes, suggesting the channel shows alternate timelines where they weren't so lucky. According to the theory, regular show creator J.G. Quintel conceived this episode as a meditation on mortality and chance, but network executives immediately rejected it as psychologically damaging to the target audience. What adds credibility to this theory is that several animation staff members have alluded to a dark episode that went too far in convention panels, though they never mention specifics. The most unsettling claim is that the episode file mysteriously disappeared from Cartoon Network's servers, with no backups found, as if it had deleted itself. Fans of the amazing world of Gumball are familiar with The Void, an episode exploring a dimension where the universe's mistakes are discarded. However, according to persistent rumors, creator Ben Boclet produced a direct sequel that was deemed too existentially terrifying for broadcast. In this alleged follow-up, Gumball and Darwin are completely erased from their reality after investigating the void too deeply. They find themselves trapped in what is described as an animated black hole, a dimension filled with discarded characters, rejected show concepts, and half-finished animation sequences from the series' development. What makes this theory particularly disturbing is the supposed meta-commentary throughout the episode. As Gumball and Darwin encounter forgotten characters, they begin to question their own existence as cartoon creations. They allegedly discover evidence that they too were almost discarded during the show's development, making their entire existence merely a lucky accident. The most chilling element involves breaking the fourth wall when Gumball and Darwin attempt to escape by looking directly at the viewer, pleading for help. A mysterious voice repeatedly whispers, "You're not supposed to see this," and "Some things are better left forgotten." The episode supposedly ends ambiguously, with Gumball and Darwin either escaping the void or accepting their fate as fictional constructs. The distinction intentionally blurred to disturb the audience. According to the rumor, this episode was completed but shelved after causing significant distress among the animation team. One anonymous source claimed, "It wasn't just scary, it made you question everything about cartoons and reality. Not something you want kids thinking about before bed." This supposedly banned episode begins unusually seriously for Teen Titans Go, with Beast Boy waking up in a mundane apartment bedroom with no superpowers. The entire aesthetic allegedly shifts to a more realistic animation style with muted colors. According to the theory, Beast Boy spends the episode trying to convince himself that the Titans and their adventures are real, while evidence mounts that he's actually Garfield Logan, a normal teenager with mental health issues who created the Titans as elaborate coping mechanisms for trauma. Throughout the episode, Beast Boy allegedly sees distorted glitching images of Robin, Raven, Starfire, and Cyborg on television screens and reflective surfaces, their faces twisted in expressions never seen in the actual show. They seemingly try to communicate with him, but their voices are reversed or distorted beyond comprehension. The most disturbing aspect of this rumored episode is Beast Boy's deteriorating mental state as he desperately tries to transform or wake up from what he believes is a nightmare. In one particularly dark scene, he supposedly attempts to jump from his apartment window, convinced it will trigger his powers. The episode allegedly ends with Beast Boy in a hospital bed, with doctors discussing his episode, while a television in the corner shows a commercial for a new cartoon called Teen Titans Go. The final shot lingers on Beast Boy's face as his eyes slowly close, suggesting the entire series exists only in the mind of a comatose teenager. Animation industry insiders claim this episode was created as an artistic experiment by the show's writers, but was immediately rejected by executives as fundamentally undermining the show's premise and potentially triggering to viewers with dissociative disorders.